Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloaded, loaded. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might be the alcohol talking. It might be the alcohol talking. Let's go. 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 Let's go.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to our Thirsty Thursday Thoughts and Shots. It's not Thirsty Thursday. Thirsty Thursday's done. It's Thursday night Thoughts and Shots.
It's still
This-
Thirsty Thursday, though.
I guess we could say Thirsty Thursday. I am thirsty. I'm just already rambling.
Exactly.
And I'm going to tell you something. Our camera is still angled. Blue's not sitting here anymore. Give me back my... I'm center of attention. I just now realized it. I had to have a little fun with that one. We had to do a little bit of readjustment the other night whenever we did our Trina's Trivia night. And
I think I went too far.
No, you
Better,
do.
sir.
I like it.
You want a close up, Mr. DeVille?
You don't want to get too close. Nah. Oh, the stuff you could say on here and not on TikTok. Ah! No, I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that.
Oh,
I love it. Right out the gate, guys. Let's get one thing. Arliss, what's going on, brother?
hi, Annie.
So 9 p.m. tonight. Let's get this out of the gate first. 9 p.m. tonight, we find out if our boys, the Southern Outlaws band, the lead singer being saying hello to everybody.
35 minutes from now.
We find out, do they make the next round? Predictions.
Yes.
I have no doubt about it.
No.
The one thing I have not found, I'd like to see who all's still in the running, because I know we have other friends that are involved in that. And
Hey, let's check out the new ticker. My little banner.
so
Check it out.
yeah,
I
make
think it looks
sure
pretty sweet.
I'm sure at 9 o'clock I will be getting some sort of notification, so we will make sure to announce that here shortly. I'm looking forward to these guys. I do not doubt they're going to at least, at a bare minimum, make the finals, and that's if not win it all. So I might be a little biased on this one, but
A little bit.
just a little. Let's get something else out of here. We were just talking about it a minute ago. It used to be sports night, but I'm bringing it up. Yes, I am not excited about Aaron Rodgers coming to the Steelers. We knew it was coming. We knew it was going to happen. Basically, all Pittsburgh sports is becoming a geriatric home. It's a retirement home.
It
At this
is
point.
not.
Shall we go back and look at it?
Okay, I am not a Pittsburgh fan at all, but
Way to support your hometown.
that is not my hometown.
Kat, it looks great.
I thought it did too. Thank you.
Oh, thanks,
Okay,
GQ.
so again,
Appreciate it.
I'm not a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, But I am not that big on picking teams. I pick players and I follow those players. But it says a very, very big good thing about Pittsburgh that the players want to go to Pittsburgh to finish out their career and retire from there.
Well, with that being said, then why didn't he just go back to Green Bay and just, or at least have retired from there? He started
you
his
want
career
to?
there. He should have ended his career
Would
there.
you
Brett
want
Favre
to?
should have did the same thing.
Would you want to?
I would want to go back to my hometown, yes.
It's cold as hell there.
So, was he too old? Is it hard on his joints? No, I'm not excited about it. I could very well be a Buffalo fan this year, which I'm already a Buffalo fan, but that's going to be the games I watch. But then again, I give
He's
everybody
got
a shot.
Experience. Pittsburgh has the talent. They just need the experience to lead them in the right way.
But we had
So
that
you
with,
bring him in to mentor the younger to get the better mentality and the stronger positive
go ahead,
feel.
run it. Because I'm seeing Russell Wilson. Anybody? That was last year's experiment. He's a Super Bowl winner as well. Actually, he went to 2 of them back to back. I will say this, though. It's kind of weird that we're getting Aaron Rodgers when the last Super Bowl we were in was against Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers beat us. Or I don't know how that should just not have happened. They literally copied our 2005 season, came in as a 6th seed, had to win everything on the road, and then came in and beat the favorites, us. Did you want to talk sports? Nah.
If you remember, I'm not the sports enthusiast.
Nah.
I'm a person that likes people. My opinion, again, on this show, it is just our opinion.
Man, you can't even say the alcohol with her.
My opinion on Aaron Rodgers. Obviously, at his age, I just said this right before we came on. At his age, to be able to continue to do what he does at his age, obviously there's some sort of talent there. Do I like the holier than thou attitude that comes with? No. Do I think some of that needs to be knocked down a little bit? Yes. But does he bring the experience and the ideas of mentoring? And I think he would be an excellent coach, which would not hurt my feelings one bit if he retired after this season and became the coach of the Steelers, because I'm sorry, Tomlin just needs to go.
Nope. If you go that route, I'm sorry. Ben Roethlisberger comes back. It is not too early, Miss Jan, because that is the breaking news today. Apparently, he made the commitment announcement, and he's supposed to be arriving in Pittsburgh and signing a 1-year deal. Why 1 year?
Pittsburgh? He's been in Pittsburgh for the past month. Just nobody's known about it.
Or care to know about it.
Oh, no, because there's been sightings, but they're keeping it all hush-hush.
Well, they also see Bigfoot, too. Oh, I love it. So, yes, it is. I'm going to say when we wake up tomorrow, it's going to be flashing all over the news that we now have Aaron Rodgers. Good luck. That's all I got to say.
And to go back to that statement you said right before that, if that gentleman were to come back to the Steelers and be a coach, if being a dad
Mm.
and being retired has mellowed his attitude towards the fans, I wouldn't have a problem with that whatsoever.
It's never too early for football talk. My boy
But-
Jerome.
But if he comes back with the same attitude as when I personally met him,
Oh, I've met him. I try. You're
I
not going to get an
will
argument
not.
on that
I
one.
will not. I will not support that one bit. I'd rather keep Tomlin.
No, I'd still want to get rid of Tomlin. I mean,
If I had to choose Tomlin and Roethlisberger, it would be Tomlin.
life and death.
Exactly.
Either way, I still predict the Steelers. Doesn't matter who's behind the helm. But then again, I mean, when Ben came in his rookie season, he picked up for Tommy Maddox and took us to the playoffs. So
And that swelled his head way too much.
we might have, I'm taking nothing away from Will Howard. He might be something. I don't know. I was not impressed. But then again, they're comparing him to Tom Brady, not skill, but he was Tom Brady was a 6th rounder. Did not do well in the combine, all that fun stuff, and people never gave him a shot. And now there's talk of him being the GOAT. Sorry. So, I mean, there's always that diamond in the rough. And then JD, if you do watch this, I agree with you on that one. Who knows? I'm just, like I said, he retire with grace, honestly. Brett Favre did the same thing. He's mimicking that story. The only difference is he's not going to Minnesota. No, he's going to Pittsburgh, apparently. It's a wasted move. It's a waste of time. It really is. Might as well go ahead and just stick with what we got, and let's see what these guys can do. Otherwise, we should have just kept on Russell.
But if you can keep him for 1 year and he's there, that doesn't mean that he'll actually play the whole season.
No.
Again, look at last year for him.
I mean, and I like the fact that we did bring back Mason Rudolph.
But being there and again coaching and mentoring the ones that we do have, because he definitely has a positive outlook on everything.
It's the gummies. That's the only thing I'm saying. Bob Nutting talked them into it. Yeah. Do you see where the speaking of, since we're on a little bit of a sports kick right now, there's a influencer. He kind of takes on this whole Napoleon Dynamite persona. He actually looks like him. And he was out front protesting Bob Nutting, and he just got arrested. I think that happened last week. There was pictures all over the place of him getting arrested out in front of PNC Park. It's just not a good time for Pittsburgh sports. It really isn't. And it's going to be my luck. I throw a lot of shade in the Cleveland direction. Watch them be the sleeper this year.
But you have to.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
You have to sit there and look at it as you.
She is coming from an Ohio State person. What's fun about this is I'm kind of feeling she's a bit biased on this, mainly because it's one more for the old people. Silver Fox. That's so much better than Silver Bells.
So
it's just his.
I understand that being a quarterback is so you're the captain of your team.
Oh, you're the
But
most person on that team.
There's the key word there. It's a team.
So this is why I say what I
The
say.
quarterback isn't going to do any good if the rest of the team can't do their part.
Oh, here's where I'm also getting pissed off on the whole thing. Old Man Thunder. Oh, let's get this one out of the way too. Something arrived in the mail, good sir. Thank you very much. And trust me, it was nice little surprise. So I want to say thank you to my good friend there down in Florida. At the end of the day, if they were going to,
Yes,
you,
we
sir.
know. I'm the Ohio State person. Everybody knows I am an Ohio State person.
So at the end of the day, though, you got to think about this. We've done this experiment over and over. I'm pissed off because he waited until after they've been showing left and right. Will Howard's actually been doing really good. Now, bear in mind, okay, it's not hard to look good on the team when you're not going against anybody. It's practice. They're really not hitting it yet. Mason's been out there. They just showed video of him and Roman throwing to each other, him throwing to Roman.
See, I personally like Mason.
It's just I do too. He's another one that I got to meet.
He's one that he got a bad rap because the team wasn't there for him.
No, he got they should have stuck it out. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
Again, Pittsburgh football.
You make one screw up and he tosses you off to the side and doesn't give you a chance. Well, then when the
Justin Fields, another one. But like I said, we've already done this experiment last year. We should have just, if we were going to go ahead and do this, just so you know, you'll be asked, it's a Mako. So I was actually trying to look it up. And I was comparing them all. And the one thing that I noticed, it doesn't have the serrated edges. So I knew it was it wasn't what I originally thought it was. Let's just go that way. But dude, I really like it. I do. So like I said, this is exactly what I was looking for. Where was I? No, we keep doing this 1 year experiment with these older players. Don't want to add more silver to the gray. I don't have anybody else to pick on right now. You're in the line of fire.
I'm fine.
No, there was a lot of talk about keeping Russell Wilson. If they wanted to continue on with this experiment and have somebody to train under, I mean, in my opinion, Russell Wilson had a better deep ball. He had a better arm. But I do believe that Aaron Rodgers is just I think he's a better field general. I really do. And I hope it works out. Why at this point? To me, it's still just a PR thing. And it's just, it's his attitude has been 2.0. So for this whole waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Where's Stephen J?
He had to run to the store.
He's actually helping, or he's going to be hooking me up here soon. So I got a little extra in the gut. Aaron Rodgers, and this is
Jerome, you know where we're at. You can walk your happy butt here.
He 100%. His heart's not there. I
could touch on a sore subject.
I just don't.
They had somebody that I really, really believed in, and they got rid of him.
Oh, you talk about Fields?
Mm-mm.
Who are you talking about?
Kenny
Pickett? Don't get me started. One good season. And if apparently they don't pay attention to other stories, they did the same thing with Mitch Trubisky. He had one good season. He was a 1-year starter for North Carolina, and the Bears picked him up. And that was a crazy draft that year. So, hell, Mitch Trubisky ended up here.
But again,
Kenny Pickett didn't.
it's not just all on the quarterback.
Right. So why would you bring in somebody that, you know, they're at the end of their career? They literally are. You know, they're not what they were then. We're on a rebuild on our almost the entire team. Our offensive line still is not cohesive yet. We're putting the pieces together. Our receivers are definitely suspect right now. Now, I'm interested in seeing, you know, and think about this. We just brought in DK Metcalf, who was a Seattle Seahawk. He actually played with Russell Wilson. It would have made sense to keep those two together and get that camaraderie back. We get rid of somebody. I mean, I can understand not having two hotheads. I mean, Tomlin finally made a good move by getting rid of Pickens. I liked Pickens, but when you got that temper compared, or, you know, in the same room with another hothead, which is DK, you were just asking for disaster. We got rid of, you know, okay, let's get it out of the way now. Najee broke 1,000 yards every season, but when the time came for him to score, where was he? We're one of the worst teams in the red zone. You know, he can get the yards, but the yards were against like scrub teams, and we still struggled against them. So why bring in somebody else that, you know, really he just, the stats don't lie. He doesn't have it anymore. When you got a, you know, when you're on a team that's rebuilding, the only thing, and I agree with this 100% with you, they brought him in for the experience, because I think they're going to groom either Mason or they're going to groom Will Howard. Either way, it's going to be fun to watch preseason. We'll see really quick. They hire the guy that will keep Tomlin job for him. Who are you referring to there, Jerome?
Well, he said Tomlinson, but then he fixed it. And
No,
said
I know what
Tomlins.
I know Tomlin.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think who did they hire, because Omar Khan, I think, has actually done a decent job since they've, you know, put him in this position. And this move just, I mean, it's, I think they're still trying to do the PR thing. Kenny Pickett, the only reason. It's a great story. From Pitt, and they talked about it all season long. He literally went from one side of the hallway to the other.
Well, if you want to talk about PR, look at, they had Connors.
James.
That was PR, but he was a good player, and they got rid of him.
Well, what's weird about, the only thing I did not like about him was he does, and I think if I go back and look at his stats, he still has a problem with fumbling. It's not as bad, but I mean, he's killing it out there in Arizona. I was not the biggest, you know, get rid of James Conner. I really wasn't. I think with the way the line's rebuilding, we should have just stuck it out with Najee. I like that 1-2 punch of him and Jalen.
Rodgers will give him a 10-7 season. That's all that matters to Mike.
He's not going to give him a 10-7. I will tell you right now, it is going to be an 8-9 season, 100%. I would lock that bet in right now. This is going to be our first losing season. Obviously this year, everybody was talking about last year. The Steelers had the worst schedule. This year, I can without a doubt say the Giants have the worst. But whereas for the Steelers, it was the second half of the season that was the killer for them. For the Giants, it's going to be the first half of the season. Not good at all. So that's my sports kick right now. Somehow Thirsty Thursday Sports Night kind of reared its ugly head, but like I said, I mean, it showed up today. It's been all over the place. I was actually looking stuff up, trying to see what's going on out there.
It's what's on your head.
Personally, it don't matter to me. Not a fan of the Steelers. Oh, okay. So who are you a fan of? Why am I concerned? But yeah, I'm just at the end of the day, I am not at all excited
Hey, Blue.
for this season coming up. I love football. I'm still going to watch, guys. I mean, I do say that I'm going to be a Buffalo fan this year, but I'm a Buffalo fan regardless. And at the end of the day, thank you, sir.
Squeaky, squeaky. We're talking sports without you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, I'll hook you up here. Give me a chance to.
Holy
I'm noticing.
heck.
Yeah, for 2 sandwiches.
What was it? They usually have like deals going on for the Whopper. Isn't it like 2 for $6 or something like that?
No, it was $13.55.
It's probably why they're number 2 in the world right now
Oh my
in fast food.
gosh.
And I learned that
Everything-
from watching.
everything is insane on pricing.
I just, like I said, at the end of the day, I still stand behind it. It's gonna be an 8-9 season for us. Jerome refuses to tell us who his team is. Why do I have a feeling it's like Baltimore or somebody crazy?
No, who's Jerome's team?
Ask Steven. He's not a Steeler fan.
He
He just
says,
said-
personally, it doesn't matter to me. Not a fan of the Steelers. And then he said, "Ask Steven."
Oh, it's the Cowgirls, I think.
Oh, so him and GQ will get along just well. No, GQ doesn't even like the Cowboys.
No, him and Elizabeth get along just fine.
No, I forget what
Dolphins and Jags. Okay, so the thing about the Jags, and this is before we take our break. I know I picked them last year to be the sleeper team, and man, that was an upset. That really kind of broke my heart. My son became, back when Clemson like ruled college football for a little while. Trevor Lawrence, ATN as the running back. I mean, it was just they were unstoppable. And I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan. I think that's another one where they're not building around the team. Detroit is on a roll. I definitely think we're going to see a lot of repeat this year when it comes to the playoffs. I'll get it out of the way now. It's going to be, hola, Juliana. What's going on? Good looking. Haven't seen you in a minute. It's about time for that young lady to come on here live just one time. Dallas. Yeah, he told us it was Dallas, brother. I think we're going to see Detroit again. I don't think they're going to be as dominant, but I think they're definitely going to be a force. Washington's going to be in there again. Yes, I'm going to say it. Philadelphia is going to be in there again.
Does that leave a nasty taste in your mouth, though? You
No.
might want to take a drink.
Yeah, who can forget the night we actually got together for a Steelers Philadelphia match here?
Can't forget that night.
No, you got video.
Mm-hmm.
No, at the end of the day, I don't think it's going to be change all that much on the NFC side. On the AFC side, I 100% think we're going to see a changing of the guards. I think people are starting to I think Kansas City's starting to waver a little bit. Wow, is that how I sound? Currently at the bar. Well, you know what? So are we, girl. So are we. Yeah, it's going to be the same thing this year. The NFC or the AFC North, I still predict Baltimore to be. It's going to be a toss-up between Baltimore and Cincinnati this year. AFC North. If Tua can stay healthy, I think Detroit is going to, or I'm sorry, Miami is going to be. They could very well end up being that sleeper team. It's the AFC this year that I think is going to be all over the place. NFC is pretty solid. And I honestly think it's going to be another NFC Super Bowl this year. That's just my opinion, guys. On that note, let us take our first break of the evening. And if you would be so kind, find us a good, decently long. Let's hit our. Let's go ahead and do our this is the Southern Outlaws with Outlaws and Bikers. Oh, we got a message too. Let's answer that real fast. Dude, I'm telling you right now, I think they've made some decent moves. I'm looking forward to seeing what Miami can do. I think they'll be one of the competitors. Guys, this is the Southern Outlaws with Outlaws and Bikers. And we will be back here shortly, and we will go ahead and drop it and see who all did it.
raise a glass. So here's to the outlaws, the dreamers, the brave. In the heart of the night, we'll ride to the grave. With respect for each other, we'll never fall apart. Outlaws and bikers, forever in our hearts.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Thank you, Blue. That really helped. If you are just joining us, this is our Thursday night thoughts and shots. And if you did definitely miss it, we've already hit on our sports aspect of it. Had some fun news earlier today. Blue, I probably should have held out and, waited on that, but I had to get that off my chest. Yeah, his ass is gonna sleep. He keeps getting hit. And I'll be honest, the countdown has begun when you think about it. We got 1 minute. So Arliss, if you're still watching, brother, we're waiting. I should probably take my phone off vibrate on that one. Let's go ahead and drop that link. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Let's see who all wants to join us tonight.
If you're at home and you want to join us in studio, I can send Blue to come get you.
I have to bring out another shot glass.
I won't make you walk.
Honestly, I'm actually in a really good mood.
Make
Tua, sorry I'm lagging. Yeah, I got you, brother. I see ya. Had another interview today. And it went exactly like one I had a little over a month ago. But I don't know. I'm optimistic. The only thing that's going to suck if I get this one, I get offered the position. Then I got to turn around and tell somebody, hey, by the way, thank you. I know we're halfway through everything, but I'm going this direction. But for me, working in a garage kind of comes full circle. My dad he worked in a garage for a long time, was a big motorhead. My middle brother followed suit. He got into a lot of stuff, garage and everything.
good bill can put my bag.
I will be able to, but I'll get to learn the ins and outs, and depending on how ambitious I really am,
I need to see more than the ceiling.
no matter depending on how ambitious I am, there's tons and tons of opportunity, but maybe I'll get lucky and everything just kind of falls into place here. I really like the fact that I'm going to be working in my hometown. So that's my I'm excited, honestly. And what makes it really nice is I can literally walk to work every day. And I like the fact that he told me that there are people that some like to work mornings, get up early, hit it, get out early. Others like to come in a little later, so they're come in late and you work till close. So it's all in a matter of which way do I want to go. I see a ceiling fan. I see GQ says hi.
Well, I have to see a person before I'll hit anybody on my screen after the last fiasco.
Which one? One with the bird cage.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah, the bird.
I like the bird cage. You're right. When he says I go both ways, that means I'm both an NFC fan and an AFC fan. Let's go ahead and bring to the stage, and let's show him the magic of what StreamYard can do when you have names. I can't wait to see what she does. This one's all you, beautiful. We'll just call him rom-com. Everybody's coming on. Hang on. This is definitely going to be worth everybody's time. At some point. Don't put it up there. Let's welcome to the stage our boy Rome. And of course, we had to bring him up and on here, San Antonio's own Edward. What's going on, guys? How we doing? How we doing tonight?
John,
Fantastic. I can probably just like super excited to be at the bar.
you say hi, Nate? Nothing, dog.
He's our super fan. Wow. Nice guys. We had rain today.
Much wind, I can't hear shit.
Yeah, yes, and tomorrow. Apparently, I've got nothing going on this weekend because one of my friends, it's a string of bad luck. Literally, just she had a family member die, and then she just had another person close to her die, and I think that's why I haven't got any specific. Rome, how'd today go?
Short?
You pop back up when you sleep.
No, I'm good, bro.
When you gonna join me? I got a bar stool over here, brother.
With those headphones on your head and the bald head, I'm about to start telling you.
Soon.
What are you wanting to call him? Help me, Obi-Wan. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Look at the head and then the earphones. It's a perfect layout.
Leia had more of a beard, apparently.
I'm just looking from here up.
Maybe if I go like this, maybe I can see it. He's giving you the grills. You're getting ready to get. GQ, how's things down in your neck of the woods, brother?
Hot.
You know what's nice about the rain today? The only thing I can say nice about the rain, it's that perfect temperature out there.
I mean, it's not bad.
Dude, keep killing her over here.
Oh, congratulations on y'all winning the football NFL quarterback lottery. Congratulations, dude. You guys are going to be great.
Well, you can watch it, buddy.
I give that old fucker 3 games before he gets injured, dude. 3 games, tops.
If with any bit of luck, it's gonna be like his first season with the Jets. First play of the game.
What was he doing?
Just out for the season.
You went on the podcast, Rich?
I give that Jerry.
On people, but at the end of the day, yeah,
Oh,
there's this block. So,
sorry, guys. I'm heading into the bar.
Ah, fucking answer.
I don't know. Like I said, it's
What are you doing? What
I
are
don't
you
know.
watching?
I just
Dude, what a waste
Here,
of
Bill.
money.
When are you gonna come to our bar?
what bar is this?
The one in my house?
Oh, that's cool, dude. That's
Oh shit! Now see,
That's a nice fucking
okay,
setup.
see the brick, everything. Take notes. What's
Oh, the
funny about
disco. I like the
Lee
disco
and
ball.
setup
The disco ball.
is
That's my
exactly what I'm trying
stepdad's.
to do in here.
My stepdad's Steelers shit. That's my great.
Hey,
That's
dude.
my nephew.
My fucking
Nice
shoulder.
to meet them.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, fucking.
Fully
Yes,
stocked.
I do like that. That's definitely the way I want to get my stuff set up.
What are you animals doing?
So just yeah, whenever you throw out that invite, let me know. I'm definitely dude. Hell, I'll go live from there.
I'm going back in there. Yeah, watch.
Shit, too.
Go in there. Hey, why are you on here?
She's over there.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sauce.
he's real cool.
Sorry. Yeah.
What is that statue of David you got going
Oh,
on?
what
There,
is-
GQ? You look like your
You have
father.
steak. I'll take steak. And I'll take a
God
chicken
damn,
one.
dude.
Oh.
Tired. Did you end up hitting did you find Old Man Thunder last night?
Nah, he didn't go live, dude.
Just lettuce, cheese, and sauce. Yeah.
Well, he's on here right now actually saying hello a little bit ago, but
Dude, we're getting fucking old, man. Getting fucking old.
why?
Dude. I feel old today, dude.
No wings, please.
I don't. I mean, I still feel good. I got some sleep and everything. I made sure. I've been trying to force myself to wake up in the mornings,
Oh, dude.
and you know, that way when it comes time to go to bed, I'm a lot more tired, and
Yeah.
you know what I mean. It's just I'm trying to get back into a habit.
I've been
And
getting. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I mean, if all works out with this other interview,
Yeah.
I'll find out next week. He said Wednesday at the latest. If I don't get a hold, or if he doesn't get a hold of me Wednesday, call him.
Next
But,
week. Today's Thursday.
Yeah. Either way, though, I mean, either job is going to require me to still get up in the morning. I really need to start getting back in the habit of sleep.
Yeah. Like a 9 to 5, like a regular work. Yeah.
Well, what's fun is they do have a 9 to 5 spot, but then they've also got like a 7:30 to 4.
Oh, that's a nice one. I like 7:30.
Want to say hi?
So I mean,
Want to say hi to the podcast?
what's going on, good sir?
Everybody says hi.
I'm
it's a-
seeing food.
Friends podcast.
Hmm.
Hey, I'm gonna eat some dinner. Somebody just drop me a link, and I'll come back in after I eat.
Sounds good, brother. You enjoy, man.
All right, man.
Yeah, like I said, GQ, I'm trying to. I'm working on getting back into the swing of things. Hence the reason when you brought up, like, it is fun. Honestly,
Yeah.
you get into the 3 hours, so on. But I mean, a Monday through Friday, the normal routine. Yeah, you. And I'll get, I threw some shade at my brother-in-law. The one thing I kind of envy him for, he's got a discipline. It's insane. Whether he's working or not. What are you staring at? You give me that look like,
Dude,
say it. Enjoy your Reese's. No, doesn't matter. The only reason he stayed up, when he was up here was because he was up here. He was being social.
Yeah.
But his normal 8 o'clock, and he's up at 5 every day. He goes to bed at 8 in the morning, up at 5 every day, no matter what.
Guess what?
What?
Until I met you, I was in bed by 9. I was back up to 5.
When I was in college, I went to go get help. I was having a hard time drinking, and I was partying
Right.
too much. And then I went to go get help, and then I got cleaned up, and it was from drinking. You know what I mean? It was from drinking. And I told myself I would give myself as much time as I could. So I started going like to AA, and then I was working out every day. I didn't have a girlfriend. I stayed away from a lot of bad habits, dude. And I'll tell you, dude, it was like that. Like I'd wake up 5:30 in the morning, do some yoga, stretch, meditate, go for a run. Like, I mean, dude, I was on fucking point, dude, for those 2 years. Dude, top notch, man.
Dude, I had
Fuck,
the
man.
same somewhat of discipline, but back when I was, back in my younger days, my early 20s, I mean, I could still get out, I could stay out, party, and then get up the next day and either run for a mile, walk for a mile. I was always getting up and trying to, but then, it always goes in spurts with me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, when I start getting into, working out, I do a really good strict schedule.
Yep.
I watch the diet, so on and so forth.
Yep.
When I'm not on this schedule, then that's when everything seems to go haywire, and I am that guy that wants to stay up all night and sleep all day.
Mm-hmm.
Name the band. Up all night, sleep all day. No.
Ah, man, I did the same thing, dude. I was like,
Old Man Thunder probably knew that one.
I was on point. God, those are good times.
But anyways, I don't like sleeping the day away anymore. I really don't.
Oh, I feel like that's how I feel today.
So when I do DJ, normally I don't get home till like, I'm usually in bed by like 4. Sometimes, I mean, I'm so amped up, I can't go to bed till like 5. And if I do go to bed, usually I'm tossing and turning. The last, I could tell you the last time I looked at the clock. But I'm always the one that's telling Sarah, I'll look over and it's like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Don't let me sleep the day away.
Oh, dude.
Come in and wake my ass up. I've told you the same thing. I said, you know what? Doesn't matter if I'm tired or not. Call my ass and I'll get up.
When I used to be a bartender, dude, I lived like a freaking rock star, man. But like my schedule was so screwed up. Dude.
Oh.
You're not the nicest person when you don't get sleep.
Well, hey. What have you had to deal with? One time? A bar crawl. One time they had to deal with me early in the morning. I wasn't even that bad. I wasn't pissed off at you guys. I was pissed off because I didn't get to the bank. I was pissed off because we didn't get to McDonald's. That was a good part of the reason things went downhill that day quickly. But that was a lot my fault too for hitting it hard. We hadn't even started the crawl. I get out of bed anytime from 4:30 to 6 a.m. depending on how late I went to bed.
Moms, I can go to bed at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock. There's even been mornings where I'm crawling in when the sun's coming up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm only in bed for 1, 2 hours because the sunshine down there.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to miss anything. I'm up and I'm going, and
Yep.
I'll fall asleep during the day, take a quick little 10, 20-minute nap, and then I'm right back up going and going and going and going.
I stay tired when I'm on vacation, especially when I'm on the Outer Banks. Sarah, when I
jacked up
to Disneyland, I think it was 2010 maybe, but we go to Disneyland. Sarah was actually pretty good about getting up in the morning. Well, first off, we had to hit the shuttles. I think half the time we did the shuttle from the hotel to, the park or the resort, I guess you could say. We fell into those timeshare ones. We got the free vacation down there, which, guys, it's not free. You at the end of the day.
No, hell no.
But she definitely, she made sure we were up, had breakfast ready, already had lunch. Usually she'd do like the night before, she'd have lunch ready. And we didn't eat at the park, but maybe once or twice. Epcot was a completely different monster. Once we realized what Epcot was, Epcot's not for the kids. Epcot's for the adults. There's some kiddie stuff, but Most of the time, it's for the adults. So trust me, it's one of the few times that Sarah was like, she was actually egging me on to drink. It was going to different places, I'm good for a power nap too. I love power naps. People say there's no such thing. Trust me. I've had them, where I'm not even fully asleep. And I'll just lay there. I'll be like in that in-between stage. And then when it's time to get up, I get up and it feels like I slept. So, but yeah, like when I'm down on the banks, the best time I had was the first time it was just me and Connor by ourselves. How's that knee? She's gonna cry. No, I had the best time that night or that trip. We literally stayed out until, this was back when the pier was 24 hours. We would go, we'd either surfish or we'd go to the pier. 9 times out of 10, we would go to the pier. And we'd be there till like 3, 4 in the morning. Come back, shower, both of us would go to bed. The only time I changed was because there was that was back when Trump ran the first time. And I wanted to see his acceptance speech. That was the famous doom and gloom speech. Either way, we'd stay 3, 4 o'clock in the morning in bed, close to 5. Connor was the best for it. Every morning, he was up at 10. We would throw, I'd, drink my coffee. We'd throw some breakfast in, then we'd sit there for a little while, watch some TV, burn some time, eat lunch. And then we could literally walk right across the street, up over the dune. We're on the beach. Spend a good 3, 4 hours on the beach. Go eat. Go back to the room, change, and it was back fishing. Same thing every day. The best trip I've had by far. We had the most fun, but, even keeping those crazy, crazy hours. Burn some what? Oh, time. Yeah. No, that was actually back during my vape days. I had the Monster Mod, and you add the juice to the top. That was the good times. But yeah, we that was my favorite trip, honestly. And in the last few times, actually Steve wasn't bad about it. We'd be up late, but somehow that dude he had an internal clock, and we'd be up and going. It's just, you're tired for a little while, but you just kind of push through it because there's so much to do. There's, you don't want to miss anything. So, and speaking of, I haven't heard from my brother. Of course, I haven't gotten a hold of him either. Is it official?
No, I'm looking and I'm not finding anything.
Mm.
So you have your phone. I don't.
Just message him. It's time for our next break anyways. It's our halftime show. It's like the draft. You're on the clock. You know what? Let's do... I tell you what, I want to hear some House of the Rising Sun. That was the song he played on the Grand Ole Opry stage, where he sang. So this is our boys, the SOBs, Southern Outlaw Band, with the House of the Rising Sun. Guys, we will be right back here shortly. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Whew. It's kind of odd for GQ to kind of drop like that and then not message or come back or anything. Ooh. Oh, I'm not gonna lie. I've eaten now. Yeah, said power nap is in the near future. But no, tonight's definitely going to be close up shop. I got nothing going on, so it's just gonna be business as usual tonight. And some cuddle time.
Yeah, cuddle time.
Tell you what, though, Jerome has the right idea. I saw, that somebody brought food. That bar, I almost want to go over and take pictures because that is he has it exactly as how I'd want to set it up here.
Well, that actually is going to be. I'll tell you off there.
Oh, okay. Secrets. Nah, but I really liked it. I like where he had the show and everything, and it's got that old school vibe, Yeah, in the future.
One more.
I never say no. Oh, sorry. Oh man. Strawberry days will be in full effect tomorrow, huh?
Started tonight with some music.
I could kind of hear it out there a little bit, but the weather was not being very friendly. I'm kind of surprised because the last few times I've been to Strawberry Days, it's been like balmy hot. I don't even know why they call it Strawberry Days because there's only one stand that does strawberries anymore.
It's only allowed.
Wonder how she got lucky enough to get that one.
And that's football.
Yep. Well, I know. But it's, I like going to Strawberry Days because I'm a big, strong supporter of local. And I like seeing the different stands and the different setups. But there are a few that, as we said before, they kind of creep in the back door. They're not exactly local, but they're trying to satellite locally. It's still neat, though.
I miss the street fair.
Honestly, I don't think I ever got to see it.
It was every year growing up. It was something all of us kids looked forward to because literally from Broad Street and Main, from College View Towers, the whole way down to the other to right there at the
Right.
tracks, they would shut that road down. No cars. And Center would become a two-way street
Right.
for a week, and they brought in the carnival, and they had the games, and they had the rides, and they had all the street vendors, and they did crafts, different things like that. But all the businesses would do special different things as well.
So what gets me is, did you guys go and check out Oktoberfest? I think they were kind of in that direction. But what I found odd was they didn't shut down Broad Street. Traffic was still going through. And I mean, people got into it. You had your local Mike Rose and the winery people, they came up, but all the most of the businesses came out there. I was still able to get my brats, which, I mean, if you go to Oktoberfest, is not an Oktoberfest without getting Oktoberfest beer and brats. My favorite way: brat, sauerkraut, smother it in mustard. I'll eat like 3 of them, depending on the size. Last year was the first year I'd went, And it was actually a little bit disappointing. Keep it up all night.
3 minutes.
That's for starters.
Then you got another 3 minutes.
We have time to cuddle. Keep on going. I mean,
Sorry, guys.
So at the end of the day, I mean, well, obviously Blue shares. So I mean, I'm honored. No, I guess they did it a couple years ago as well, but I don't remember hearing about it until last year. Maybe they just didn't promote it as much. Like I said, the traffic still ran through, so it didn't seem like what it was fun, but it wasn't. Does that make sense? Like I was expecting a lot more. Now, if you want a true Oktoberfest experience, Slippery Rock, when they brought theirs in, I mean, that was their way of fighting COVID too, because remember that they did it right after they did the big release on everybody. You know, they went against the mask mandate. You know, you could get out there and roam around. I mean, we're talking, they had food stands, they had bands. As soon as one was over, next one would be up. And yes, they did the traditional polka. But I mean, there were so many drink stands. It was insane. I like festivals like that. So, you know, my wife really enjoys Strawberry Days. I like the local stuff. I still say that nobody, doesn't matter where, can compare to the Apple Fest in Franklin. And not remembering Franklin like I used to, I almost messed it up because we were going to park at the top of the hill and walk down. And the gas people were like, oh yeah, people have done that. You know, it's like, okay, so we didn't think about it until we're trying to go down there with a stroller. There's no sidewalks. It's street, gravel, woods. So I kind of bitch, pissed, and moaned for a minute, and then we got in the vehicle and got down there, and luckily we were able to find a parking spot. But I mean, I was absolutely blown away with the stands, the food, everything. So I don't know. I think people just, I want to see more people get back into the whole festival, you know, lifestyle. That's just me. And in Crossville, like when they do their Apple Fest, it's, I mean, they bitch, gripe, moan. And it's not even in town. It's outside of town, but people still bitch about it. Halloween comes around. You're lucky if you know, there was one point where they were trying to bring haunted houses back, but, you know, the kids are a bunch of punks. So the one year they finally did bring a haunted house, the cops had to sit outside because people were actually going in and hitting the actors, which that pisses me off because you're paying money. You know what's going to happen. It's a haunted house. Jump scares, everything. If you're that jumpy of a person, you're going to hit somebody. And, you know, me and Steve had this conversation one night because he's like, oh, if they scare me too much, I'll hit them. I'm like, why?
It's a reflex for some people.
But you know, you're paying to be scared. If you're that jumpy and you have that type of reaction and you know it, why go in? Makes no sense.
I worked at a haunted house.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You can get through, but after so many, your system goes into overdrive. And it's literally, it's a reflex. There's no control. It's just your body automatically reflexes.
I'm confused. You go through so many times. So you tell me, you said you worked there. So you were one of those ones, what? The people that worked in there jumped and scared you, or what? The people scared you, or?
No, I was the one that got decked.
So what? These people were going in and paying money and going through multiple times. then they know what to expect.
No,
you know,
because
if
you go
it's-
through multiple different rooms, and each room
okay.
you're startled for this or for that.
Still, I mean, it's
And I happen to be one of the last rooms, so yeah, I finally gave up and I took a position in the coffin where
You know-
nobody could get to me.
like I said. At the end of the day, if you've got that type of personality, don't do it. You know there's going to be jump scares. At that point, it's not a natural reflex. You've put yourself in that position. So, okay, I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm calm. I cannot stand behind somebody. I have to disagree with that one. It's just like my buddy that worked the Fall Creek Falls. They had a haunted hike. So basically, they take the trails, and he always dressed up as a miner. He said one dude smacked him in the head so hard that it actually split his hard hat.
Well, we had an incident over at our haunted house where somebody like literally flipped out, like completely flipped out, and grabbed one of the fire extinguishers. Ended up setting the fire extinguisher off, which sent everybody to the hospital because it's toxic.
So at the end of the day, then there's multiple exits. I have yet to go into one where there wasn't multiple exits.
That
So
has
if
to be
it's-
fire code.
If it gets to be too much, they even tell you, hey, there's an exit here, there's an exit here. If you're to that point where you're just so jumpy, walk out the damn door. You can end it.
But a good portion of the people that walk through are a bunch of guys that are being guys, and they're with their friends. Are you going to be the pussy to walk out because you've had too much? Or are you going to tough it out?
Well, I'm not going to punch them. And you know my temper. So I'm not going to punch them. My hands go in the pocket, or you position yourself amongst everybody, and most of the time you can go through as a group.
But a good portion of the ones that are the ones that are snipping and snapping and throwing fists are younger kids that
Trying to show off.
don't, yeah.
And that's why I say, I mean,
A good portion of this
and I go back.
the
I go-
generation, there we go. The generation, they don't have common sense.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, and
Literally
I'm sure
can't
if he
teach
sees it,
that.
I don't give a damn. We had this conversation. He's like, I'll go in, but I tell you what, when they jump, I punch. Then don't go in. Well, I'm going through with my daughter. No, she can go through with her friends. Because you got to remember, that's somebody's son, that's somebody's daughter, that's somebody's mom. No, you're just trying to show off. And I call anybody out that goes in and brags especially ahead of time, that, man, if they scare me, I'm going to hit them. No, fuck you. Stay out. If you're that jumpy, don't go in.
Mm-hmm.
If your daughter's that scared, she doesn't need to go in either.
Exactly.
Fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you pay money knowing they're going to try and scare you.
That's their job. That's what we get paid for.
So,
And we get bonuses.
I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you punch the actor, especially today. I mean, you're going to jail, you're getting charged, then what? What, you got bragging rights? Oh, I punched an actor. Congratulations.
Yeah. We actually would get bonuses if we made somebody pee themselves.
I was one of those ones, in
I was
my
always
early
the one
days.
that had to clean it up, though. I didn't like that part.
How'd you like to be the one to walk out with that big stain going down your leg? I always, like, for the longest time, haunted houses did scare me, and I still jump every now and then. I mean, that part is a reaction.
There's another common sense thing. There's such a thing. It's called pads, or depends.
Right.
If you know you have a weak bladder and you get scared or you sneeze and you're gonna pee yourself, dude, protect yourself. Wear one just for the dang haunted house.
Or at least hell, don't even, avoid liquids for like the first 2 hours before you go in.
No, that doesn't work either.
I mean, anything. like I said, at the end of the day, you paid money, knowing full well what you were getting into. If you hit them, it's on you. I mean, it's just that's my thought on it.
And ours, they always had to sign a release too.
There's another red flag. It's like going into a wing joint. If you're that, Billy Badass that's going to try and eat the hottest ones, and they hand you a waiver saying, okay, this could potentially hurt you actually. You're
not
signing
gonna
it away.
fall back, yeah.
I mean,
Our waiver always said, anything happened to you while you're going through, it is not on us. You can't turn around and sue us. But it also said at the bottom that we could turn around and sue you. Could you please answer the door before the person in the window scares the heck out of me again?
You mentioned that. So I was saying hi through the window, please.
We're
I got a TV
talking
in
haunted,
front of me, so I can't see.
we're talking haunted houses and different things like that. And out of nowhere, this figure started moving in front of the window, and I'm going, am I seeing things? Oh no, that is an actual person. So, but yeah, the waiver would say we had the right. If you assault one of our actors, we reserve the right to be able to press charges.
Whether you sign a waiver or not, I mean, they assault you. It wouldn't matter to me.
No, it just lets them know that they're not above. It left it up to the actor that was assaulted if they felt that it was warranted. But we also, as the actors in the house, also had to sign grievance contracts stating we didn't hold the company liable, but we also had to be responsible enough to decide whether or not the patron was in the right or not.
They're not in the right. Bottom line. I'm gonna ask a question. We got some guests in the cheap seats. How old are you? 14. All right. You like haunted houses? No? Are you a jumpy one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his first haunted house experience is shooting.
Did you hit the actor?
No, they ran too fast for that shit.
So you knew going into it, they were trying to scare you, right? So, in knowing so, you usually avoid them, don't you? 14 years old.
Yeah, but look at how red his face is.
They can't see you, buddy. I promise. They're only seeing me. Nah, he's good. He's good. But I mean, that's just a case in point. I mean, he even at 14. I mean, if he knows it's going to scare him, he knows ahead of time. I'm not going in. Me personally.
Maybe one day.
But no, like I said, bottom line is, you know ahead of time. These guys are paid to scare you. If you're that jumpy and your reflex is to punch, if you're that, that type of person, don't go in a damn door. Don't even go. I tell you what, if you go, send the kids off. Let them, like Kaylin, I'd be comfortable letting her go through by herself now. She absolutely loves it. She has a blast. Sarah's been through. She's a jumpy person. But I mean, at the end of the day, I'd love to see Big Steve go through Cheeseman's because they have one specific room that is nothing but snakes.
I'd be all right if it's not a puff adder.
No, it's all.
The,
Jess and Chloe.
So at the end of the day, if you know, since I'm pretty sure they're not going to have a puff adder, king cobra, you know, any of these venomous. Let's just go venomous snakes roaming around.
Ask Steve about his trip to my cousin Alan's house. Dude, I've never seen somebody run 30 feet in the air.
That's good shit.
Fucking then come down out of that box, that motherfucker hit the cage, and that was it. Then I'm running down the side of the cage. The Western Diamondback.
I just love I'm not afraid of snakes. Never have been. I've owned snakes. I had a 10-footer and an 8-footer at one point.
I was a good girl. I always kept the decoy, but I could have pulled a lot more because
Oh yeah,
I
trust
have
me,
I
had
have a
lot of-
relative that has an entire room of nothing but,
you know, at
and
one
she
point,
has no problem displaying or sharing of her reptiles.
I always thought it would be funny, the empty bottle. Hey, dude, it's empty. You want to go ahead and do it? And when he goes to pull the top and it's attached to the bottom and that thing came out. But
you also brought up the whole thing of my big fear. So I didn't want to push too much because I didn't want to be the one
I know two things you're afraid of.
in the
And I could honestly have fun
Hot
all day
seat.
long. I could trap her in here if I really wanted to.
keyword is, do you really want to? Don't worry, Aunt Kate's in control. She'll make sure you stay off screen.
So, anyways, I could just if I was to trap you in, you know, if I wanted to trap you in here and you'd never leave, I mean, all I'd have to do is put like, you know, some sort of clown right there in front of the door on this side, or a giant spider web.
The spider web, I'll go through a web.
I'll
As
put a
long as
clown-
it doesn't have, and the other one, be prepared. Be prepared.
Ooh, I like this. Here we go. Be prepared. I'm listening. What happens then?
You put me in a situation like that I did not put myself into, violence will erupt.
You need to ask her about the day where she was stuck at the top of the on the Ferris wheel. I'm standing up in the middle, and there's fucking spiders everywhere.
Oh my god.
I thought she was fucking angry.
Dude, she literally went into tears the one night. We had one come in here.
I almost went into a seizure.
She wouldn't move. I actually had to go around and it took a while. No, but I'm thinking spider web right there. She goes to go through, but right on the other side.
We were on a Ferris wheel.
Mhm.
They stopped at the very top.
Okay.
That's when somebody decided to point out the spider web with the spider in it. I had no escape. So then obviously I start looking around. What do I find? More spiders and more webs.
See, the fun part is everybody's like, oh, you know, everybody's like, he's afraid of ticks. No, I'm not afraid of ticks. I just don't like ticks. That doesn't mean if I have one on me, I'm not gonna sit there and go, oh, you know what I mean?
No, I
The-
can't handle spiders. I can do the little ones. The little ones. I killed 3 today.
That one that was over there was little.
No, it was not. Not the one that was on me. Nope. Mm-mm. You get bigger than a dime and I'm done. True story. I was away. You know that place I was away at,
Okay.
sitting in what they call the day room, watching TV, sitting there, just watching TV, minding my own business, trying to ignore the surrounding events
Right.
and people.
What's that all about? He just he dipped and went. Guess we'll see you Sunday. Have a nice night.
Normally, if you have a hair or something that's messing with your head. I
Mhm.
know you don't have that issue. Most people will do this to push it out. For some odd reason, I know you don't have that issue either. For some odd reason that day, I went like this instead of like this.
Okay.
And it was a spider. Literally, I'm telling you, was half the size of my mouse here. The staff saw it when I got up and I screamed because it landed on my lap and I screamed. And I don't remember anything after that. I literally went into a seizure. I was on the ground. I had, when I came to, I had all the medical staff around me. I had a seizure. The nurse the staff member that had heard or witnessed the situation took a picture. It was literally half the size of this mouse.
That's what they call a tarantula.
No,
It's probably a daddy long legs, something along those lines.
no, those ones I can handle because I know they're actually the deadliest spider, but their jaws are not big enough to bite. So I don't have a problem grabbing a leg and flicking.
Depression is acting up. You know,
So
Wouldn't
then
that
you
be a
need
good
to be
time?
on here with your friends talking it out instead
why
of.
not come to your bartender and let's see what happens.
Of course, I don't suggest drinking, but
Sad and low on energy. Or he can get on here and just like air it out. I mean, that's part of the thing we try and do. I mean, I'm not a licensed therapist, but shit, air it out. We'll be glad to at least give you some thoughts and opinions, and hell, we might make you laugh. Who knows?
I can get
Ugh.
Bill to dance a jig for you.
Already flashed my boobs once.
Yes, he did. He was trying to cheer me up. I wouldn't recommend it on screen, though.
Mm.
You think his arms are white? You should see the rest of them. Woof.
Oh, I'm neon white. So,
On that note,
yeah, go ahead and hit it up, and I'll restock a couple more. And that's
I would
fine.
really, really like to hear from my friends.
Um,
I want to hear this one.
okay, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? What do you got? Ah, one of my favorites. This is the SOB, the Southern Outlaw Band, Louisiana Waters. Guys, we'll be right back.
I'm going back, Louisiana, where the voodoo breathes. Met a Creole priestess on the streets of New Orleans. Louisiana, water gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. On her way down Bourbon Street, she handed me a flask. She says there's chartreuse in there, better make it last. Louisiana, water's gonna save me. Louisiana, liquor can't kill. Louisiana, daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. ways. And that chartreuse that she gave me was all that I could take. Louisiana's water gonna save me. Louisiana's liquor can't kill. Louisiana's daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill. Louisiana's water's gonna save me. Louisiana's liquor can't kill. Louisiana's daughter's gonna love me. Might even drink their fill.
Who was just up at that place up in
And we're back.
Live, I see. Oh, if you. I'm about to mic him up. You want to say hi to the world? Are you sure? Don't be scared now. I have to card him before he comes in.
Yeah.
Nah. At the end of the day, I don't know. It's actually been kind of fun tonight. I mean, we touched on a little bit of everything, and Miss Kitty Cat there did her best with sports.
Yeah, do that.
What?
He's gonna send you pictures of his bar.
From what I've seen, what he showed me a little
That's
while
what he
ago, I
wants
mean,
to do in here.
that was exactly, and you know, even before I saw it, that was exactly as I described it. So, was the bar? Did you make it? Build it yourself? They're not super hard. It's just
No, we took out, and then we weren't using the garage. It was just full of shit, so we took out with the bar.
Which uncle?
so. At the end of the day, as we got Blue over there with a mouthful of nuts, especially now that he's got friends over here.
Well, we're going to fix, but we'll get stuff out. Now, I can come in and do maybe one, but maybe on a Thursday. I close every Thursday.
Oh, I got you, brother. No worries, no worries. Nate, it was nice meeting you, brother. Good luck on the football this year, brother.
Football, wrestling?
Wrestling. Is he a Phipps boy here soon? Nice.
Your flies going in. All right, I'll see you at 12:30.
Hey.
Fun to work for.
Appreciate you
Yeah.
coming in, brother. Thank you. And then there were three. Nah, I just Edward, if you're still sticking around, brother, like I said, I'll drop that link again, man. Get on here. For you, 100%, man. You've been there for us. You've made us laugh, and trust me when I say it does you no good to hold it in and let it build. And this, when you're depressed, does not help.
No, it does not.
And I've had
Wow.
experience with that myself.
It only postpones the inevitable.
It blurs the lines long enough for you to forget. But trust me, when you wake up in the morning, not
They're
only are you
10
nursing
times
a
worse.
massive hangover, hey, guess what? That problem's still there. So, I mean, we've said it a million times. I mean, I love when people come on here and they, you know, I like that old school aspect of it. I really do. I like when people come on and they go to friends, they go to the bartender. You know, I refer to myself as the bartender. Of course, it's not Monday night, but yeah, trust me, talking about it always, it helps. Because how many times has people, you know, they've said it where something will go off in their head. Like they'll think about something and it sounded, they'll say it sounded good in my head, but when you say it out loud, it takes on a whole new aura. Cat's like, never. I'm perfect.
No, I never claimed to be perfect.
Well, the part game just started.
I never.
3-hour delay. Parts just started.
So to all you guys want to, are interested, it's been a 3-hour delay. The Pirates just started, and speaking of the inevitable, who do they have tonight?
Houston. They won yesterday, so if they win today, they'll take the series.
Good luck, Buccos. Ugh. I kind of put a weird twist on it. He comes on here and he's like, he disappeared. And then he gives us that. Like, I mean, it was almost like he was asking, kind of letting everybody know, hey, I'd like to talk, but
Maybe not.
Don't overthink it.
Sometimes, like I said before, you can only lead a horse to water.
Don't overthink it.
I'm not overthinking it.
Okay.
At all.
Okay.
Boss, anything else you want to tell me about my life? Spiders.
Did something in my eye.
Oh, she'll get the block out for that one. That was definitely room for that. That was room for the cinder block.
Or she'll throw that thing. Wait.
No, because that vape will go somewhere else and she'll never want to put it near her mouth again. Or she just might. You never know. We'll just say it's a different flavor. But yeah, I always hate hearing when people are bummed out and upset, and we do consider Edward a friend of ours. He, like all friends, there's those times. But then even with me, the three of us that are sitting here right now, we're friends, but I guarantee there's a lot of times where I just, she could probably count on her fingers just tonight. You gonna tip the bartender next? I'm listening. Can you make it? Bet you I can hold a quarter between my teeth and still drink this whole thing down. Who remembers that bar trick? Yeah, your gag reflex sucks. We'll leave it alone. I'm horrible.
Katie's gag reflex is bad.
I've never had a problem. Ooh, there's the eyes. Kind of wish Juliana had stuck it out, guys. So
She says
she's at the bar.
Sorry.
I do like the fact that, she 9 times out of 10 when she comes on, she's already at the bar. So it's almost like she's kind of showing, I'd like to think she's actually showing her friends, like, I mean, look at these idiots.
Idiot.
Well, they can't see the one behind the screen. So I guess, yeah, idiot. Anybody else? Come on. I'm batting 1,000 right now. You know what? I'm ready to knock one out of the park.
It's enough for the peanut gallery.
Literally. I don't know. On that note, guys, I think it's one of those nights. I think we've hit that time. Uh-oh. See, I love that because, normally 9 times out of 10 when I say that, not only do the viewers go up, but we always say, okay, we're getting ready to wrap things up. And then inspiration strikes somebody.
A little light bulb goes on in my head.
It always happens that way. And it doesn't matter. Trust me, we have done good. There's been a couple times where we actually broke before the 2-hour mark. But anybody that watches this show knows you're almost guaranteed overtime, be it just 5 minutes sometimes, but something comes up. But seeing as how we still have a good solid 15, oh, spill it, young lady. The word of God. Let's hear it.
It's blank.
All the time. Let's hear it, though.
But it's blank. It's
Ye-
like the first time in a month. 2 months, actually.
But didn't you just...
That it's literally not. That's my topic. That's my situation. Again, it's the first time in 2 months. Literally, it's not spinning out of control with 1,000 thoughts. It's literally just, so is that overload, or is that finally some peace?
I'll go with the latter on that one. Finally, some peace. I mean, honestly, when you think about it, all week long. I mean, okay, so you did trivia the other night, which was, I mean, there on your end, that's a lot of work, and each one has gotten better and better. So it's starting to kind of, we got to work on our letting them know ahead of time. Apparently. Anyways, I don't know. Hella good conversation last night. Hella good conversation tonight. I love the fact that
kept up with you in sports.
Huh?
I haven't kept up with you in the sports. The first.
I really like what you had to say with the sports. Yes, I really did. And
I do pick up a few things here and there.
when you think about it, though, I mean, even when you're hanging out at the bar, how many times have you just sat there and kind of just looked at your drink? You'll see something on TV, you'll say something, lasts all of like 30 seconds, and you're right back just kind of chilling and relaxing. Maybe that's what what's going on right now. It's going to be a chill weekend, literally.
I got to work all weekend.
Yeah, but you don't have to sit in the chair for the next few nights. So this is going to be chill, go home, maybe even hit the club.
No, I got to work. And I have strawberry days.
Yeah, but that's not a requirement anymore for you. So maybe that's also on your head.
But it is a partial requirement because, again, I only get to hear certain people or see certain people certain times of the year.
Okay, so they're going to be there all day. You've got all day to get there. You go in. Literally takes about an hour to walk around, depending on how much you actually stop and look at everything.
No, not with us.
Okay,
She has to hit every booth.
and so do we. You go in, take a look-see, and if you like it, you stick around a little longer. Would you rather me say an hour minimum? I mean, honestly,
Minimum.
Now, you just said it a little bit ago. Don't overthink it.
But one of my bands is playing tomorrow night.
And that is?
I had one tonight. There's one tomorrow. So I literally have to go straight from, I should actually just take a change of clothes to work.
I don't know if it's supposed to rain again.
But I'm not missing them.
Well, then you got to put my.
I know. I got to put that on.
Who?
Tomorrow night is Treebeard Band.
I've seen them. They were Oktoberfest.
Well, Treebeard Band has one of my very close we're not close anymore, but we're still, she's like, yeah.
The
She's
X.
the
So
only
when I hear the
female.
word X, now you've got my
It's
attention.
not X. It's not X. It's just, she was a very big part of my life, and she
Okay.
was a very strong influence on my life. But life happened. I went my way and she went her way, and now I get to see her every summer. Because once I know Strawberry Day comes, then I get their events and when they're going to be where, and we end up making it to different places to be able to see them. And I usually get a chance to spend 10 minutes here and 10 minutes there. So about, with the different events that we make, usually about an hour of her time that I get to sit with her.
Wait a minute. What was that time frame?
An hour.
Oh, weird.
No, it's an hour that I get to spend with just talking with her. with
Okay.
going to all these different events to see them. I listen to them, but they play for a good couple hours.
So are you doing it for you, or do you think she would be one of those ones like, I understand? Which you said, I'm going back to you saying you both had life. You went different directions. You went different ways. So, I mean, you go all year long. Obviously, she's still a big part of your life. Has to be. But, I mean, are you really required to go? Or is that just something you're kind of stressing on yourself? Think about your friend in this one. Would she say, look, I understand?
No, she doesn't. It's not like a requirement. She wouldn't hold it against me if I didn't make it. But my brain says I have to go see them.
So, like you just told me, don't overthink it.
I'm not overthinking.
I think you are just a little bit.
No.
You're stressing yourself. You've added something. It's turning into a need in your mind when, in all honesty, it's a want. Every now and then I kind of say, see, I make those wheels spin. I love it. And no, that's not an ego thing. It's just kind of, and again, that's why, you talking is awesome. It really is. Sounds good in the head, but when it comes out, it's like,
No, I still say it's a need because it's I'm not patting myself on the back and I'm not trying to looking for recognition or anything, but I do so much for everyone else, whether it be this or that or this or that. I'm constantly doing for everybody else.
okay.
And going and sitting, even if the 1 year, because I had to go to work and they played later, I was only able to sit there for a half hour to be able to hear them before going to work. Oh, that's wow. That's actually cheap, Bob. Sorry.
Yeah, at the end of the day. And bear in mind, guys, this conversation is not me trying to talk her out of it. It's just
And
something that it hit.
I
So,
personally can go and not spend a dime. I can go and not spend a dime. I can. I don't have to have the food. I like the food, but I don't have to have the food.
I don't, and I'm with you on that one. I don't have to, but like I said before,
But I
I
don't
like
have to.
supporting the local.
But again, I don't have to spend the money. I don't have to have all those nice little things. If I want Amish donuts, I don't have to wait for strawberry days. I can go out and see them at their regular tent on Saturday mornings and pick them up from there. I do like the food. I do not have to have the food. But again, I do so much for everyone. I volunteer and I do this and I do this and I do this and I do this. Even if I go and I am able to sit down for 30 minutes and listen to them, that's something I do for me. Listening to them, even if she's not singing, if she's just playing one of her instruments, it's literally my connection to a time of my life. So it's something that I do for me to be able to keep me grounded. Does that make sense?
It does, 100%. I like the fact,
It's the same way with spending the money and going to that one fair that we go to every year.
What fair?
Last year, it cost me a little bit more because I ended up having to buy my husband an electric wheelchair so he could do the fair with us.
Bobby, you know what? When it comes to the food, I do enjoy the food. So, but I still, I'm one of those people, I don't have to spend the money, but it happens every time. And it's not always the same tent. You know, I'll go in and I'll find somebody that's like, you know, this is really, you know, something cool. So, I mean, I like it overall. And we say every year we're only going to go to, you know, and last couple years, actually, we've done really good about it. The Big Butler Fair. You know, that's one of my favorite things. I look forward to that every year. You know, COVID, 1 year that we've been up here, we didn't go.
Mine is the Stoneboro Fair.
Stoneboro. I've never been to, I don't know. I've been to other fairs, okay? And the Big Butler Fair has always been a part of my life.
But that's because you grew up down there. So that was your local.
In Portersville, yes.
So that was your local fair.
Okay.
I grew up here. My local fair was Stoneboro.
I personally, if it was up to me, I'm at the age now. I've always liked to go multiple days. Just let's simplify this. But with kids, you know, it gets a little
Pricey.
quickly. Food is the big one for me because me and Sarah, you know, like I've said before, John the Greek, I've got one particular stand I always go to because I think it's always the best. I think it's the one that less people go to, so you're actually guaranteed to get the better food. You know, they actually have the time to take it. But Kaylin, you know, she likes to ride. Connor, past 2-3 years we've gone, you know, since he's been working, he does it himself. Like he goes in, you know, we'll get the ticket, but he'll go in, he'll buy his own stuff. Don't have to worry about that. But my money, you know, I end up being the more expensive one. Well, actually, me and Sarah be the more expensive ones because we don't ride the rides. We go through the different, you know, we like going and seeing the exhibits and the food, and we both absolutely love the Demolition Derby, which we've seen it so many times now that, you know, she's like me. Okay. I grew up going to the Derby every year. So now I'm to the point where it's like, we'll go on the day of the Derby, and if we decide not to go and watch the Derby, then we don't do it.
I got taken to a truck and tractor.
I've done that a million times. The mud bog,
So
the bus derby, but
I'm going to say this on live.
okay, I like this.
I am 45 years old.
I'm 45 years old.
I will be 46 in September.
January.
Out of those 46 years, I have only missed the Stoneboro Fair 4 times in my life. Even when I was a teenager and living outside of my parents' house, I was even brought home for a home visit and taken to the Stoneboro Fair that year. So I didn't even miss it that year. It is tradition.
Mm-hmm.
It is like literally burnt into my brain. We only go one time. And literally, my husband will tell you if they ask me, what do you want for your birthday? Literally, just one day at the fair. I don't have to do much. I walk around. And that's the same way with Strawberry Days for me. It's not so much as seeing the crafts or getting the food. It's more like a reunion of people, because we've been stuck in our houses for all winter long, busy with our own lives, and you come out and you how many times have we walked through, well, you ride through Strawberry Days, and you see somebody you haven't seen in 5 or 6 years. It's nice to get out amongst people. Our Strawberry Days here in town, it's one where I can park my butt by that stage and listen to music, and I'm okay with my kids just see ya, bye. And they walk. They know they stay in the park area.
Oh, somebody's picking up where somebody else left off.
Oh,
Boy, it's amazing how money changes somebody's mind.
if someone offered you $100,000 to never go to the Stoneboro Fair ever again, would you take it? No, I wouldn't.
Now $1 million?
It's easy to say that, but when you've got the 100,000 sitting right in front of you, you're going to be like my daughter just the other day. Simple $8 ring. She was all about Aunt Felicia, Uncle Eric, her cousin, Kimber being here, and just until Daddy gave her $10 to go and buy a ring that she wanted at a store. All of a sudden, bam, right on my hip, loved me, hugged on me, and so on and so forth. It's amazing what money can do. That's a whole nother subject, honestly.
But there's honestly no amount of money that can give me what the Stoneboro Fair does.
I could actually counter that.
I have more memories, good and bad, of that fair, and making those memories in my future is more important to me than the money. And again, yeah, I could say, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take $100,000, but I can't promise or guarantee that I would never be at that fair again. Because again, my brain doesn't function like that.
Ever again. Okay, so
Yeah, he
ever
said
again would
ever
be
again.
Well, the fun thing is, my only rebuttal on that would be you, $100,000. You'll take care of some stuff, but whatever's left over, I can see you. Okay, I went out. I'm going to splurge a little bit, buy this super nice grill. Really redesign some things, backyard, whatever. You add some benches, maybe some lights, and then you message these people that you normally see once a year at the Stoneboro Fair and say, why don't you come to my house? Or you reach out to somebody that you don't even see there. I can see you being that person that would just like reach out and have a massive, we're going to cook and go. And
No. Strawberry Days is when I go and see people that I haven't seen in years, and I can just sit there and be perfectly happy. Stoneboro, it's about the fair.
My point over everything was the Butler Fair has always set the bar for me. So going to Lawrence County, I thought sucked. Cumberland County Fair down in Tennessee really sucks. And I just got confirmation that the last few years, it has gotten worse. Like there's hardly anything there with it anymore. I don't know. I mean, it's not going to hurt to try at least once. I mean, we see the signs for it all the time. And with it being your birthday, hell, maybe this year we can actually sit down and,
I gotta go get my pizza.
Yes, you have to get your pizza every year.
I mean, I'll tell you what. If you tell me John the Greek's there, and my Euros are there,
Yes, yes, Bob, I would.
what?
If the Stoneboro Town Council announced that 2025 was the final fair ever, would you organize a public protest or petition to keep it? Yes, I would. I would even offer to organize it and help them raise money to keep it. Sorry. Yes, I'm very passionate about my Stoneboro Fair. I told my mom years ago that if we were to ever move to Florida to be closer to her and be in the better weather and everything else, we would still have to come back once a year to go to the fair.
Even though you got the Volusia Fair.
Oh yeah, the Volusia County Fair, that I'm down there in November.
Oh,
It is 10 times the size. The rides and the food is absolutely amazing.
Me and Sarah went to the Canfield Fair last year for our anniversary so we could see Brantley Gilbert.
The
and I still am.
the prizes,
Huge.
the prizes that those
You s-
games have down there. Bill, the cow that I fell in love with is literally the size of you.
No, Steve's a lot shorter than me.
It's a stuffed cow. It's adorable.
He even liked that one.
Oh, Bob, it is too late at night for me to come up with a catchy slogan. I will contemplate that tomorrow when I'm at work, and I will let you know next week.
What is this? The Rider Raid? We have the Chaz report and the Rider Raid.
I'll write it down right now so I remember. Catchy.
I know. Now, what were you saying? Okay, so I had a little bit of peanut gallery. What did you say about the Canfield? You still won't go?
No, I wanted to go to the Volusia County Fair
Uh-huh.
at least once, and we never get to go.
The only thing I will say about the Canfield Fair, the disorganization. But then again, I mean, when you get used to going to one particular place, like I'm sure when the Stoneboro comes through, you guys know where every stand's going to be, you know where the food is, you know where the exhibits are, you know where the rides are, where the games are, everything. Every fair I've been to has always had some sort of organization. Canfield, I mean, it just seemed like it was all over the place. And by the time we got to the other end, because we got there early enough because we wanted to check the fair out first. They did have my Euros, and I'm going to tell you right now, they weren't even close to as good. Like everybody always finds that one food. Like you find it, it's your favorite, and no matter what, you know, kind of like fairs. But I think everybody, you know, has that food too. And I'm sorry, John the Greek to this day still has the best Euros. And yes, I refer to them as Euros. They're not gyros, the Euros. That's my favorite thing about fairs. So when I go to, it doesn't matter what fair I go to now, the first thing I look for is, do they have Euros? And I'll go through and I'll be picky about it. It's kind of like when I went to the Rib Fest in Pittsburgh a few years ago. Sarah got us tickets for anniversary, and the Clarks played. It was amazing. It was a great night. But I went through, and this one just boasted award after award. It was supposed to be one of the best, and then honestly, it was a letdown. But when it comes to like, you know, certain things, I have, maybe I'm a snob. I don't know.
You don't accept change well.
I don't like, it's not that I don't accept change. Sometimes when something's not broke, it doesn't need to be fixed.
You have never been to the Stoneboro Fair?
My fair days the past 4 years have been the Lawrence County Fair, but up for a new one this year. Kat is making a strong case for Stoneboro. I've never been to that one. So have you been to the Butler Fair? Hell, if you're going to do, I mean, if
Hey, Bob, we'll just make it a fair summer, but I
100.
got to know your baseball schedule. 'Cause
100.
You're always gone for baseball.
Yeah, he's actually
So I have no problem going with Bill and Sarah to the Butler Fair. I've only been there We only went once last year, but and Blue don't ride rides, so that leaves poor Liz trying to ride rides by herself.
With Kaylin.
So that would work if we went with you, because then she'd have Kaylin to ride rides with.
And to reciprocate on this, obviously this year, I guess we're going to the Stoneboro Fair to check it out. I think Connor said he went one time.
The Stoneboro Fair, it's not overly. It's a farm fair. I love farm animals. If you haven't noticed, I love farm animals.
So, on that note, have you been to the the Butler Farm Show?
Yes, I have.
Okay, I thought so.
Yes, it's a farm show. Yes, of course I've been to that one. But
Especially now that our farm show grounds are famous.
you can usually catch me at the petting arena or down with the horses and the cows. And literally, I don't have to do much of anything. I don't have to be there all day. I'm happy with walking from one end to the other, and then I sit down and I watch our truck and tractor pulls, or I'll watch the demolition derby. Growing up, we always went for the demolition derby because half of our family was in the demolition derby.
That's a good question. Anytime you have a big, like the Butler Fair is actually a really sizable one. Like, I mean, it's Canfield was expensive.
What was our admission?
I think it was 15 or 20.
It's either $15 or $20
That's
a
about the
person.
standard right now for.
But your admission to the Stoneboro Fair, whether it's $15 or $20, that includes your admission to the grandstands. Where Butler, you have to pay separate.
No, you don't. No. You pay admission. The only other thing you got to pay for now, it used to be you can get everything at the door. You can get your admission and your bracelet to ride all the rides all night. Now you got to go in. You not only do you pay at the door, then you got to pay for the rides.
Yeah, that's still Stoneboro.
That's how the Butler Fair works. But if you pay at the door and you want to just go and see the Derby, or if you want to see whatever concert's going on, I think last year was I can't remember. It was a big country singer. Well, it used to be. Sammy Kershaw was last year. And used to be the Clarks. The Clarks were always like the mainstay. Of course, everybody knows the Clarks. Donnie Iris used to be, they've had
Never heard of
you never heard Donnie Iris in concert? He's good. He's freaking awesome. But yeah, doesn't matter what night you go. You pay at the door. If you want to see whatever event's going on, walk on in. There's nothing extra.
It's a very small grandstand.
No, it's decent.
No. Stoneboro is a very small grandstand, and it's a first come, first serve.
Okay.
So on the days that they have something that you for sure want to be able to see, make sure you take somebody that's just willing to kind of sit.
Well,
because you take a couple of blankets and you go to the grandstand and you get your spot and you put down your blankets and you have somebody sit there.
So the first night of the Big Butler Fair every year is bike night. The last night is bike night. So they bookend the fair with bike nights. But in between, the biggest nights are the 4th of July and the Derby.
And Stoneboro is always over Labor Day.
With 4 kid admissions, costs are important to me. The higher they are, the less food or games they get. Can't take them to Kennywood or Cedar Point because of that. Well, on Cedar Point, I think I got you back on that because my friend April, I think you guys have met her. She gets season passes every year, and she's got multiple ins for Cedar Point. So if you want to go to Cedar Point, let me know. I'll let her know. Trust me. I got you back on that one. When it comes to the fair, we always try to, that's when I really try and load myself up with like DJ nights, like before and after. So I always, the last few years, I've been able to go in there comfortable.
I've done pretty good with because the Stoneboro Fair, again, it's always over Labor Day, which is always my birthday.
Okay. Labor Day's our anniversary.
Labor Day is always right there at my birthday. What's your anniversary?
Our anniversary is Labor Day. We got married on Labor Day.
Okay, but what was the date?
Quit that. It's whatever Labor Day is.
Labor Day changes
Shut
every
up!
year.
Shut up. If Sarah's watching, I'm done. Every year. I remember because when we got married, it fell on a weekend.
Labor Day
We
is
know
always,
this
always the first Monday.
because her dad was doing a dove hunt that day, and he showed up for the ceremony and then showed up late to the reception because he still had the dove hunt he was hosting on the farm.
Labor Day is always the first Monday of September.
So I'm going to say it's either the first or the second. Bitch. I say that with all true love in my heart. No.
Is Sarah back to work, or is she good to text right now?
She's probably sitting there counting down like, they say 2 hours. Where is he? No. We just kind of, last year she set that one up. Like, there was one year she set up the Rib Fest. That was our anniversary. I set up the Gettysburg trip. I got the hotel. I was actually wanting to, I found this awesome hotel. I thought I'd take her up to Niagara Falls, and I found this great hotel. And right when I was getting ready to book it, I noticed something. I'm glad I double checked everything before I hit confirm. It was on the Canadian side. And neither one of us have our passports. They don't do the weekend passes anymore. I think shit, again, you used to be able to take a weekend pass. You could take a day pass and just go over. You used to be able to just cross over with a driver's license.
Yep, that's where we went for our honeymoon. We went to the Canadian side of Niagara Falls for our honeymoon.
And that
21 years ago.
And you know what's awesome about that?
And we
when you
didn't
think
have our
about
passport.
We to us, you're still going to a whole other country. Honestly, it's still North America, but you're going to another country. It'd be great. From what I understand, like the relationship between the U.S. and Canada on the non-political side, people are really cool. But
I thought maybe the real ID now can get you. It works as your passport.
I would like to. No, it only works if you're, from what Steve said. The real ID, you can fly wherever you want in the continental U.S.
Oh, I got your answer for you, Bob. Price, pay one price. It's $15. Includes all the following: the grandstand seating for all shows and harness races. Seats are on a first come, first served basis. And then the midway rides that are 5 p.m. to 11 p.m. Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday, they're 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. And then Monday, they're noon to 9. Of course, you have to meet the minimum height requirements and all that stuff. Your kids don't have an issue with that. And then Wednesday, it is free admission day. Now, free admission that day does not include the ride. So if you want your kids to ride, then you have to buy ride passes for that day. But Wednesday, the start of the fair, it is free admission.
So now you can have some fun, buddy. You can do everything online. Obviously, ticket prices are always cheaper when you do it online. I don't know why. At the gate, if you go before 4 o'clock, $8. After it's 10. Kids 6 and under are free. Now I don't know, it's not telling me how much it is to get the here it is. Ride band, any single day, all day ride band on sale. Save $5 through June 26th. You can, the kids can ride all day for $30.
Mine includes rides.
So I don't know. It's not giving me if you do everything from the gate, but I mean, as an adult, we're cheaper. Usually, though, if I remember correctly, like it wasn't that expensive to get the kids all day. But then again, I've got one that always does his own. Little Mr. Independent.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, Kaylin's already saving her money. I guarantee she'll have cash going in there. There's going to be a lot of goldfish coming home. I guarantee it. She is hooked on the goldfish game. And before we wrap this up, because we really, this was on us.
Whoops.
No,
I did it again.
there was one time.
Told you that little light bulb came on.
It's fine. Again, it was conversation and it kept people's interest. So, no, me and Sarah went to the fair one time and we went up. It was the goldfish game, or it might have been just the lizard game. Like you can win the little annoli, but in the middle was the iguana. And he wasn't a big one. He was only about, yay big. He's a little guy. He's in a little case. And I went to, she saw me aim for it and she goes, "You never," I sunk it. I've never been able to repeat it, but I sunk it. And I guarantee she will never forget that. She's like, "They're designed not to win. You know that, right?" And I went, boom, and somehow it went in between the top and the bottom. It hit that spot and it went in. There was no bounce. It literally went. It was the ultimate perfect throw. But yeah, that's that.
You were meant to have it.
And we got an iguana that night, and she just could not believe it. But I mean, that is the one thing that has changed over the years with the fair. I mean, I go back to the old school days. You paid $15 at the door. They put a wristband on you. You could ride all the rides if you wanted. Even though I wasn't riding all the rides, there was just a handful I'd get on. I still got the wristband, and it was $1 for one ball, $3 for 5 balls. They always,
it's not that cheap.
Oh
anymore
no,
for
and
those
the
games.
prizes were better. I mean, everything's man, guys. I love the fair. Bring back the good stuff.
But here's the thing. Okay, this is this is an age thing for me. I remember being Kaylin's age.
Well, so do I.
And whining and whining and whining because I had to have all of the stuff. I had to have all the little square glass thingies that hung on your wall that had, I had a unicorn one. I had Backstreet Boys. I had New Kids on the Block. I had all the different little things. Okay. And now I go with my own kids and they're like, Mom, and I just look at them and say, "No, you don't need it." No, it's just more clutter. No, we don't need it. No, you're not spending your money on that.
The heavy, yeah.
Yes, the glass squares with the metal. Yes, those things. I remember whining. I had to have it. I had to have it. I had to. Yes, it was. Yeah,
with a
cardboard
piece of
and
glass in the
cardboard.
front.
Yeah.
I mean, you sliced your finger.
Yeah.
They were dangerous.
And playing the games for the goldfish and all the difference. I had.
And the knives.
They
Yeah.
still have the knives.
Yeah, but
They have skill games now.
literally, I was just like Kaylin. I literally would come home from the fair every year with 4 or 5 goldfish.
We'll come home with goldfish.
Yes, and the long feather clips to my hair and pants. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. I loved all of that stuff. And literally, I walk through now, and my daughter is the same way. And she's like, Mom. And I'm literally looking at her. Nope. Mm-mm.
You had the stain
Nope,
on the front of all the powdered sugar from the funnel cake. Everybody had that.
And the elephant
Because
ears,
your friend
yeah.
would always make you laugh. You'd go,
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, but I mean, even with the way things have changed, I remember going with my friends and always looking for the funny t-shirts. The very first funny t-shirt I ever got, because they didn't give a shit.
I still do that.
I'll never forget. It was big red, blue, and yellow letters on a white t-shirt. It said 0 to horny in 2.5 seconds.
My one blanket that it's the purple and black.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a stadium blanket. It's the thicker.
I've probably seen it, yes.
I bring it in here sometimes when it's cold. I keep it in the car. I got that at Stoneborough.
Sarah, there's certain ones she goes to. I always look, because I like, me, I like the funny t-shirts.
Well, that's where I got it. Is I actually went in looking at the different t-shirts, and there's like the t-shirt that says I'm with, and then it has a saying and a little arrow, and then the one right beside it says I'm with, and that's funny saying and an arrow pointing the opposite
She's with
way.
me, I'm with him.
Yeah, and her king or his queen and different things like that. And there's a lot of really cool t-shirts. But I've turned frugal.
Well, we got our shingles because we fell under the spell of somebody in the exhibits.
Yeah.
We got the soft side hot tub because we fell under the spell. Sarah last year spent a big amount of money on getting the different moon phases. He knew, he looked up the date of when you were born and what the moon was. And we actually, every one of us goes right along in the phase. That's why she loved it. So when we went to Canfield last year, obviously we were going to Brantley Gilbert. She was looking for a hat. She was maybe looking for a new pair of boots, something. This is one thing Canfield did not have. They had literally maybe 2 shops that had anything country. Whereas if you go to the Butler Fair, and I guarantee if you go to the Stoneborough Fair, they're going to have the same thing.
Now, Butler Fair last year, yeah, I did kind of get sidetracked in that booth. And if you look at the look I'm getting from Blue right now, I did get sidetracked in the one that had the boots because I want a pair of boots. But again, I'm frugal when it comes to my money, and I cannot constitute. I have 3 kids, and whether or not my oldest literally is 18, he is now graduated, he's moving on, that kind of thing. I still have 3 kids, technically 4 if you include Blue. I cannot constitute spending $125 on a pair of boots for myself. And then I overheard another lady, and it was kind of like being at a yard sale. She was literally talking them down from the $128 that they had on the pair of boots that she wanted, and she got hers for literally like $30 some. I just don't have it in me to talk them down that far because
Honestly, I'm with
they were
you.
good leather boots.
Me and Sarah's really good. Like I said, I always load myself up a couple weekends, whatever. I go in there comfortable. 9 times out of 10, Sarah's going in there comfortable. But yet there's been multiple times we've actually gone and not come out with nothing because you get in there, you can spend it, but it's like, it's still a fair. Their stuff's not exactly high quality.
Well,
it's good stuff. Now there's a difference. It's still good. There's a lot of stands, and you always know you're in a good spot when they're asking like $150 for a pair of boots, or $200 for a hat. Some of these they've actually had it a couple times where you can customize your hat. Which, Jason, if you get the opportunity to come on and watch something, if you watch the replay, you'd like that.
Now, finding me a hat, I'm finding is difficult. I have a very small head. When I want to buy,
Said who?
you know, no, I do. Seriously, you know, I love my beanies. I wear my beanies all winter long. My mother actually complains because I wear my beanies all winter long.
Yeah, remember she was wearing it in Florida.
I think I do remember actually.
Okay, but I like hats. But in order to have a hat, 90% of the time, I have to buy youth. My head is a very small circumference. Look at my hands. I grew up, but my hands never did. Literally, my hand would fit in your palm. But on that note, yes, I see that we are well into
I
overtime.
just looked at it. Like, I mean, it just hit me all at once.
I'm sorry. I told you that happens. A
No,
little
hey,
light bulb goes
am
on
I
and
complaining?
I start yakking.
Honestly, I like it. You know, you said light bulb, and you know, we went from. It's a good conversation. It really is. So honestly, I can actually wrap it up with a small last shot for the night. Guys, I appreciate all you guys coming on tonight. Really, I do. Bobby, I hope you're enjoying your time over there. I want to invite Bobby sometime just to kind of join me in this seat right next to me. I think he would do well over here. Guys, thanks for coming on. Hopefully we entertained you tonight. Make sure you check us out Sunday night for our Sunday night weekend hangover. You know, we literally jumped out of one weekend into another. So even though my weekend is free, it's not exactly free. But yeah, just to let you know, Sunday night weekend hangover. You're probably going to have 3 very tired people in here again. Monday night, I will make sure to make up for it. Bobby, dude, you are always welcome. Just let me know when you're ready to come in, man. Hell, just let me know what you want to drink ahead of time. I'll make sure it's in the fridge. Whether it be soda or adult. Monday night bartender.
And you know
I
you
will
always have a
100%
ride.
make sure we will not miss. That is our specific night. I'll be mixing drinks all night long, answering all your questions. Man, come to your bartender. I want to bring that back. Go to your bartender. So that's the night where we just open it up for everybody. If you want to call it Maury Povich, that's your Maury Povich night. There you go. Blue has to take my shots, though.
Okay.
Don't threaten me with a good time, because I'll tell you what, I'll make sure to make the fun ones for him. I'd like to see that goofy bastard just, you know, tipsed up one time. I ain't scared of you. Don't look at me like that.
That sounds like a fun time.
Wednesday night is our Wednesday night open bar. Open talk, guys. We bring you on here. We have a good time. And then, of course, our Thursday thoughts and shots. And yes, do not forget, mark your calendars for July 1st. It will be our Trina Trivia Night. The first Tuesday of every month, we have a trivia contest. We are rapidly approaching our Tournament of Champions. Can't wait to see what happens, guys. My last shot of the night. I said it last night. I'm just going to beat this into everybody's head. It's summertime. I'm doing it. I suggest everybody do it. Man, go out there and enjoy. I'm tired of people making, you know, well, COVID changes. The big C word, the big lockdown. Oh, the hell with that, guys. That was how many years ago now?
Don't stop living your life.
Enjoy it. And I'm going to say something that always annoyed my good friend. Guys, there are many, too many small pleasures out there for you not to find something to enjoy. So at the end of the day, live life. It's summertime. Let's have some fun. Cheers. Uh-oh. I guess technically, because normally a couple people do this. You got anything for a last shot? Guys.
Don't forget to smell the flowers.
Get up and smell the flowers. You know what? I'm tired enough tonight. I know somebody's got plans. I'm just old me might be kicking in. I might just be Let's turn on the movie, cuddle, and call it a night. Guys, it's the weekend. Can't wait to see you guys Sunday. Just remember, everything we say on this show is just our opinion. But then again,
It might just be the alcohol talking.
I love when she does the voice. Guys, you have a good one. See ya.
Looking for a body, good man, have you found it? Another shot is coming raw and unbounded. The whiskey's always talking and the beer's overflowing. Another shot is gonna hit you with a mind overloading. The bar is always open with no inhibitions. Another shot will leave your sensories twitching. Just remember, everything we say is just our opinion. But then again, it might